Hi everyone, it's Luke here and welcome back to another video. You join me today once again here in Geneva. I've got a spare afternoon this afternoon, so I thought, you know what, why not? Let's do a good bit of old-fashioned car spotting. Now, in previous years when I visited the Geneva Motorshow, as amazing as the inside of the show is, some of the cars which kind of arrive and stay in Geneva whilst the show is going on is mental. So I'm prowling the streets, going to some of the top hotels to see what I can find, because I'm sure there's going to be some cool stuff found. So the first stop for today's video is here at the Four Seasons. You can always trust this place to have some cool cars parked outside of it. And trust me, right now there is no exception. Check this out. So first of all, we have this camo wrapped Di Tommaso Pantera. Pretty unusual, I must say, but that's kind of what you find here in Geneva during the motor show. Bernardo Grey Bentayga. And then things go up a notch. We have an SV Roadster. This one in particular does seem to get around a bit. I've seen it in London, here in Geneva, and also in Monaco. And also a lovely crayon grey, I think it's crayon or fashion grey, GT2 RS. This specific car, as far as I can see, is a Weissach car. So you obviously get those multi-spoke bronze alloys and a whole host of carbon bits, such as that dual stripe, which goes right down the car. Pretty bright. Red Alcantara interior. Absolutely love this thing. And then over this side, things go up. Ooh, that's good timing. Things go up another notch. Have a look at this. Well, that was a bit anticlimactic for me, because I was kind of, you know, just building the hype, saying, oh yeah, there's a Huayra at the back, but then it kind of started up and left, didn't it? So that was a bit annoying, but either way, first stop, not too bad at all. So, a small Uber trip to the other side of town later, and we have stumbled across what can only be described as madness. Two Huayras, both with the Tempesta package. However, this one is extra special. That is the one of the three Huayra dynastias. I don't know what else to say. I mean, just look at this view. This is absolutely crazy. We went from seeing the blue carbon one briefly at the Four Seasons just a minute ago, and now these two. I mean, just look at that. Absolutely incredible. So the Dynastia, like I was saying, is one of three examples worldwide. It was initially just two, but a third was made fairly recently, actually. The main difference is, of course, that shark tail, which actually makes a massive difference. I believe the third Dynastia has a little wing, almost BC-like. But yeah, shark tail looks incredible. Purple carbon, tricolore stripes, gold wheels, and the baby blue accents. And also, let's not forget that it's absolutely filthy. Just look at that. How cool is that to see? Actually, fun fact, both of these cars were recently at an event here in Switzerland, actually St. Moritz. It was a concourse event, but not a concourse event that you normally, well, basically not really a normal concourse event, because it was on ice, which is kind of why they're so dirty. They're both on winter tyres, as you can see there, which is just so cool. It's cool that they're being enjoyed. And let's see if I can swing around to the front quickly to see that interior. Turquoise interior too, blue lights, and that purple carbon. Absolutely amazing. What? What? Roadster? That's a Roadster? What just happened?
Oh my god.
Oh, how good does that look? Oh, we just got into another Uber as well. A Huayra Roadster? Really? I mean, I knew that it was going to be mental starting this video. I knew it was going to be mental here, but I did not expect it to be this mental. Anyway, another Uber trip to the other side of the town, and we have come across the Apollo IE. Now this is the purple carbon car which I've seen in I think 4 or 5 different countries now, but it's now had a new, polarize, a new kind of prototype wrap, which I think is really cool. But let's take a look around this thing, because it has got to be one of the most bonkers production cars on sale at the moment. Well, I say on sale, you get what I mean. I mean, this thing did look incredible in purple carbon, but there's something about this kind of like camo wrap which just really suits this car. Just some of the angles of this thing, some of the design cues taken from a hammerhead shark. Well, to be fair, you can't really see it because they're camo, but we've got that front end there. Just so aggressive. How this thing wears a number plate is unreal, because you just get so many sharp edges. The aerodynamics, those LEDs there, just so aggressive. If you were to see this thing behind you in your rear view mirrors, you would be moving out the way pretty damn quick. Still fitted with the gold wheels which we saw previously. I mean, just look at this thing, the shark tail leading towards that huge wing. I mean, this thing is bonkers. It is kind of criminal that they're covering the glorious purple carbon that this thing does have, but I suppose it is quite cool to see a little change. We can't see inside because of the tint. Actually, we might see around here, but just the cockpit inside is just, well, it's as mental as the exterior, to say the least. Naturally aspirated V12 in this thing. That triple exhaust. Apparently, this exhaust costs about £50,000, which, well, it sounds about right to be honest, but just every angle of this car is just ridiculous. That hanging motorsport inspired rear diffuser. I mean, it's just bonkers how it wears a number plate, but it does, and I'm not complaining in the slightest. Hopefully we'll be seeing this thing out and about a fair amount this year. It was around last year, obviously, in the purple carbon form, which was one of the first times which I saw the car actually. But yeah, this thing, it gets about, and I am not complaining at all. I think this is going to be one of those cars which I'm never going to tire of seeing. So 10 of these absolute animals are planned to be made at, I imagine, a stupid price indeed. But is it worth it? Probably. I mean, I'm not actually sure how much it is worth or how much they are going for. I'll probably put that in the title, to be honest with you. But yeah. Naturally aspirated V12, like I mentioned earlier, producing just shy of 800 horsepower. Sequential gearbox. It is just bonkers. Intense emotions is what that translates to. The IE Intensa Emozione. I mean, this has to be one of those. What's that? Ooh, new vantage. Anyway, this has to be just one of the most hardcore cars, and so that name really does fit in, that is for sure. But anyway, that is it for now. We've got one more stop, and that is the Intercontinental, to hopefully find a few more nice cars. I was literally just walking off to get my Uber, and this thing turns up. The one of one, technically one of 25, Agera RS ML. This thing gets around as well, to be fair. I mean, look at this. How insane is this? It's got the standard Agera wheels, which actually suit this car super well. Yellow, red accents, and a whole host of carbon fibre. Like I mentioned, one of 25 examples, but this one is a specific one of one example made for the owner. What an animal. So with the Agera replacement, the Ragnarok coming, well, we think, to this year's Geneva Motorshow, it does make me wonder whether it really is going to outshadow this car. And it does have some pretty big boots to fill. This is the ultimate Agera, the Agera RS. What a car. Anyway, as I was saying, now let's hopefully go and get our Uber to the Intercontinental, the final stop for today's video. Today has been absolutely mental. We get here to the Four Seasons and there's a flipping EB110. I mean, what? Today just keeps on giving, man. It's all well and good seeing all the new hypercars and stuff, but seeing something like this really does, it's quite refreshing, you know, it's a nice break. Anyway, it's just leaving, let's capture it. So as well as that insane EB110, we have a 600 LT and also a 720S Spider press car, which is pretty cool, driven all the way from the UK, both of those. But as well as that, we got a flipping Zonda. This one has got some pretty funky gold wheels on it. Same owner as the LFA, which we saw a little earlier on in the video. But I mean, today has just been absolutely mental. This 600 LT has the optional louvres, doesn't have the roof scoop, but yeah, such a cool car. Definitely did the 570S a lot of justice. I kind of think it almost needed to be this from the start. I mean, I absolutely love this car, don't get me wrong. I mean, especially those exhausts, flame spitting, that's what we like. Anyway, 720S Spider, first one of these, which I've seen. Pretty cool. I mean, to be honest with you, we are losing light drastically. But yeah, really cool to see that. And then, of course, that Zonda over there. Anyway, due to the fact that we are losing light pretty drastically, I'm going to end today's video here, but what a day it has been. Very eventful, jumping between hotel to hotel. But some of the cars we've seen have been incredible. This is Geneva. This is why I love it. I mean, we're going into the motor show tomorrow, so that'll be a video coming soon. But just some of the cars which gather here in Geneva is unbelievable. I mean, this video surely shows that. But anyway, that is it for today's video. I hope you guys have enjoyed. If you have, please do make sure you leave a like and make sure you subscribe for all the adventures still to come.